welcome to MediaMelt, the show where we talk about the media that's supposed to melt our minds, or in the very least, tries to. I'm, of course, your host, Aidan Strickland, and today, let's talk about Doom Patrol Season 3. Joining me once again is my brother, Aidan Strickland. How are you doing, Aidan?
I'm all right. I'm doing great. Cool. Thanks for having me.
That is good to hear. Just going to give you guys a breakdown of how the show is going to go today. We are going to talk about the first 2 seasons of Doom Patrol before we get into talking about the third, but all of that will be timestamped in the description. If you'd just like to skip to what you want to hear, you totally can. I lost it. Also want to remind you guys that we are now on your podcasting app of choice. You can listen to it on whatever you want, Spotify, SoundCloud, pretty much everything under the sun. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get into it. Aidan, what did you think of Doom Patrol Season 1?
Season 1 exclusively. I thought Season 1 was better than Titans Season 1. It came out strong. You know, it had interesting characters throughout. I think Season 1 was a great introductory for the series.
Yeah, I agree. I on both notes, I think it is better than Titans, but it's also okay. So I don't know if you do remember their backdoor pilot episode from Titans that they got, the episode that they were in.
Yes.
In Titans Season 1.
Yeah.
Bro, that episode was dog shit compared.
Oh, really? I like that episode
compared to this TV series.
I guess compared to this TV series, yeah, but
why on earth was that episode so bad? That episode was so bad compared to the show. I don't understand. It's like they just completely and totally changed the tone entirely from what they were going for. Like, and it's not even the same. It's like it's not even the same world. Like,
well, it was a director shift.
Well, but it's a TV series, so that's like common to have a different director. But I'm saying like. The Doctor, I went back and looked. The Doctor's just not the same person. Like, they recast him, and they had him, like, up and walking around in the Titans episode, like, in 2018. Yeah. It's so weird. It's like it's a completely different universe, and I don't know why they did that. It's just so fucking weird. But, yeah, I know. Season 1, I agree. Is pretty damn good. It's really damn good. There's a couple of standout moments. I think I like basically anything to do with Larry.
Yeah, pretty much. Larry, MVP of the show.
Larry in Season 1 is his whole arc about he has the whole arc about, you know, him being gay, and then he gets to see what's the guy's name?
What's his name, Dylan? What's his name?
Is it Joe?
Remember?
I think it's Joe, isn't it?
It's John.
John. Yeah, he gets to see John at the end when he's old. How did you feel about that? Did you like that?
Beautiful love telling. It's like one of the best love stories I've seen in a TV show ever, bro. It's so sad. It's so somber. It's just beautiful.
Oh my god, dude! When they're looking out on the sunset together in their dream, and then they're looking out on the sunset again. Oh my god! And he's like looking at it. He's like, "Wow, it's so beautiful." And then he turns, and then he's gone. Oh my god, dude! Like, that was the last thing he needed to do before he died.
Bro, my boy Larry can't get anything, bro.
Oh my god! It's so good, dude. I like. Brendan Fraser in this season a lot, but you said about halfway through Season 1 that you started finding him annoying, didn't you? What was it?
I don't like Brendan Fraser throughout. I mean, I love Brendan Fraser as an actor, but I don't like this character throughout the entire series. He's just annoying. Like
he's annoying.
The jokes were like funny at first, and then he just kept on doing them, and like he wasn't doing enough funny stuff to like work with it. I just don't like him as a character. Just character's not for me.
Come on, bro.
It's
you gotta love Cliff, dog.
I don't know, man. His stuff with Claire at the end, well, that's a later season, but
yeah, we'll talk about it in a second. But yeah, but even in Season 1, his whole like nothing.
Nah, man, it was just annoying to me.
What about the introduction to Jane and her?
I thought Jane in Season 1. I think Jane is top Jane. I think it's the best Jane we have. I don't know why. Jane consistently is like an okay character for me throughout the entire show, but in Season 1, I feel like she was a better Jane than all of the other seasons.
I will agree. I like the story they decided to tell with Jane in Season 1 more than I like what they're doing with her in Season 2 and 3. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I kind of that I just like that one underground episode. I thought was enough of that. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, okay, this
Oh,
should,
really?
yeah, like when Cliff and in season one they're both going
Yeah,
to
yeah,
her
yeah,
head.
yeah.
Um, I thought that was enough of the underground. I was like, okay, we
Oh,
get it. We understand how it works in our head. We don't really
I,
need to.
dis-
You
I
disagree
disagree
with
with that. I like the subplot of the underground, like
you
showing
like
up
the
what's
underground?
everything going on.
Yeah. Well, I liked it. I really liked it because I thought at first I was like, oh, it's like an interesting way to portray what's going on, but it's not necessarily the actual thing that's happening in her brain. But
Hmm.
as the seasons go on and they stick with it, you kind of just realize, no, this is actually happening in her head,
Yeah,
which means she's bonkers. Like, did you ever think
that
about
was established from the start, bro. Jane's a
I
crazy
know
person.
she's like destroying herself and killing like other personalities that she's never let come out in her own mind. Like they've never existed in the real world, but she's
Yeah,
like, in her own mind being like, no, they're dead, and now I'm like, she's fucking crazy. Like she's on another level, like nuts.
Jane's a
But maybe that's
psycho.
insensitive but I mean, also I don't know. It might be insensitive to what is it, DDD, uh, multiple personality disorder, or
Yeah,
DID,
DDD,
DDD. That might be
dissociative
insensitive.
disorder.
So I'm sorry if that wasn't sensitive. I didn't mean to be insensitive, but I'm saying it's just a
Bro,
weird way.
she
What?
lived in a mental hospital. She's crazy.
No, but I'm saying like that is just a medical condition. Like it's not fair to just say that they're crazy.
Right, but beyond her personality disorder, her actions make her crazy.
I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of it is what it is. But her story in the beginning, I was kind of really rocky on. But as season one progressed, I I really started to enjoy what they were doing. Do you feel the same way or no? Like
Yeah,
she was so
I'd
lukewarm
say
and
she gets progressively better and better, but like throughout season one, I mean,
hmm
yeah, I
um
think it's interesting. Who's your favorite Jane?
easily the girl who's like speaks
S-
Silver.
Silvermouth, I think is her
Yeah,
name
something like
literally.
that. The one she who like speaks and then it comes like weapons. Easy.
Yeah,
Easy. What about you? At least that we see in season one.
the doctor. What's her name?
Oh, the one that can like mind control people?
Yeah, the doctor or Baby Doll. I like Baby Doll a
Or
lot.
not? Oh, you like Baby Doll? Wow. Okay. Um,
Bro,
what did you think
what?
about the cyborg storyline in season one?
What happened with Cyborg in season one?
It's essentially just him dealing with the fact that he killed his mom and like that whole, and then there's the revelation where he actually didn't, and Mr. Nobody's playing with him, like making him
Oh,
feel like
Mr.
he.
Nobody.
We'll get to it in a second. We'll get to it in a second. But Mr. Nobody's making him think, um,
Yeah,
like he's
I
gonna kill everybody. How did you feel about all that?
I thought it was good for a good direction of Cyborg. I thought they didn't go with the choice of like introducing Cyborg, giving a whole backstory, really, sort of,
Hmm
which because it previously known. Because I feel like almost everybody knows about Cyborg, at least somewhat, if you're watching the show, anyways. Um, but yeah, I think it was good. I think it played well with this character. His acting is a little shady at some parts, like the actor is yeah, a
Some of
little
what they
weird.
choose to do with the character, I think is kind of a little weird. Like there's some choices, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
Also the effects, I can't tell how I feel about them. Like as I
I
watch the
know.
show, I'm like, I like it kind of at some points, and then at other points I don't, because it's like so obviously that he's like wearing a vest.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like it's like I feel like his headpiece looks really good. Like they've made it like it looks like it's sunken into his head. And I'm
yeah,
like, that looks good. But when they show his vest, I'm just like, bro is clearly just wearing a fucking like slip on like, unitard. Like it's so obvious. And his gloves are like it's like so
yeah.
obvious. I don't know. It's like yeah, it's like but it also works like for what the show's going for. I can't tell how I feel about it. I really don't know how I feel about Cyborg's like look. Um I wrote here the episode 6 twist. So happy they're doing this in episode 6. I don't remember what happened in episode 6. And I remember thinking while I wrote that, like the episode 6 twist in the first season, I remember thinking, oh, this is a really good twist. But by the time we're going to do the show, I'm not going to have any idea what I meant when I took that note. Um,
Uh,
Go ahead.
you talk. I'll look it up. I'll look it up. What happens?
Also, I love the ship where Cliff's dad is doing and saying the same things that he's doing in season 1? Where he's
Yes.
where he calls his wife and he's like, I fucked up, I want to be better.
Yeah.
He like learned it from
And it
his
was just
dad.
like he turned it from to his dad.
Oh my god, dude, it was so good. And the doctor twist, where it turns out he's orchestrated everything.
Yeah.
Did you like that twist? How did you feel about that?
I don't know how I feel. I liked it. I think most of the twists in the show are they kind of feel like not really like twist, but like just like what the fucks, which is like more.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally like it's just so they can give Cliff that reaction. I feel like most of the time.
Bro, what I will say is that part in season 2 where he decides to like go and beat up those dudes, and he goes one of the dudes goes, "What the fuck?" And he goes, "That's my line." That show is so good. But we'll keep talking about season 1. Sorry, I just had to mention that. But yeah.
Episode 6 is where they go and they meet the old Doom people, the old Doom team.
Oh yeah, that episode I thought was fantastic. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The twist. Where like you find out it's all been in like his head the whole time, because I was like, this is so weird. I was like,
Yeah,
how
like-
did not talk about this at all? And then at the end of the episode, they're like, oh, actually, it's all
Yeah.
like that. How did you feel about that?
Cause I thought it was an editorial issue because like when it starts up, they like put like this like weird like pause over the like, show, and I was like, what happened? Like, or do we shift transitions or something? And it was really weird. And no, it was cool as fuck, especially like that one scene, like she's laying on the bed, they got the fucking knives coming down, the hot fucking ice. That shit was cool as fuck.
Yeah, some of the effects are iffy, but sometimes it like works really well. Like sometimes, especially in season 1, it gets better as the show, because I think.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I can't tell if they get more of a budget or if like the HBO upgrade. I don't know, but it's shot well, and I think the effects are good. And sometimes the music, man, it's like sometimes it's kind of weird, and then other times it's like so on point. Did you feel the same way?
Yes.
Like some of the score.
I'm
Didn't
not
really
going
pay
to be
attention.
100% honest. I did not pay attention to the score.
Well, I mean, that means it's doing its job well. But now let's get into the meaty part of this. Mr. Nobody is quite
Best villains, hands down, bro.
It's one of the best villains I've ever seen on a TV show. Alan Tudyk kills this role. He's so good, dude. So good.
Bro, that shit in season 2 too.
I know. I didn't want to talk about it yet, but the shit in season, fuck it, let's talk about it. The shit in season 2 where they're like, "Where's Mr. Nobody? He's gone," and they fucking, he booked another gig, and then a little flash pops up, Harley Quinn, only on HBO Max.
Oh my god, so stupid, but it was so good.
Oh god,
it was like
had me rolling.
It was a perfect way to throw him out, and I was totally okay with it.
Yeah, I was like, well, because they've already beaten him, so I was like, okay, whatever, like, this is fine. But it was also so funny. I was like, no, I rewinded it because I was like, no, is that just like an infomercial thing that popped up? But no, it's like part of the show. Like, watch Harley Quinn. Oh, fun.
Oh my gosh, and
he kills it, bro. He kills it. What do you think? Go ahead. I'll let you say.
His first appearance and everything, I was like, how the hell are they gonna beat him? Like, cause he is omnipotent being, like fucking super fucking strong, able to trap universes inside of a fucking donkey with the flick of his wrist, bro. Like literally a all-powerful being. But you know, I thought he was fleshed out. I thought he was super funny as a super villain. I thought his motives were all there. His motives were clear. Niles is a piece of shit, and makes sense.
You know, I knew he was gonna be a good villain as soon as the second episode started, and he was like. He's like, who are you talking to? And he's like, oh, the audience, the people, the comic book fans, the people who stuck around after the donkey farted. That shit, bro. I was just like, oh my god, this is so good. And his whole like with the scene with his wife, where it's like him and he's talking to her, and she's like, you're a nobody. You'll always be a nobody.
Girlfriend, he wasn't his wife.
Or whoever it was, yeah. Oh, where she was like, I stuck with you, and you. He was just good. His motivations were clear. I like the Niles dynamic. I like him and Niles talking. I thought a lot of those scenes were really well done. He's just He's just the best. Like, I wish I could have him narrate this show. Like, that's how good he was.
Yeah, forever.
No, I'm talking about like my show, like MediaMelt.
Oh,
But like, no, God, he's just so good, and I can't say enough. I honestly can't say enough about him. I will say they do the thing where it doesn't really feel like they finished the story until like season 2.
yeah, and that one episode, it felt like they could have just fit it in season 1. To be honest,
Yeah.
the first episode of season 2.
Yeah, but and Titans did the kind of the same thing, but I think Titans did it worse, if that makes sense. Like I liked it less in Titans. For this, it just kind of felt a little more natural.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah, like, and I like the Danny.
Danny, second best character in the show.
They're so fucking cool, dude. Like
They're so.
I love
It's such
Danny.
a cool character.
I know it's so cool, and I love that they're still around. Like I like there's like we'll keep talking about the introduction, but the whole thing with Danny and like how like Niles. Oh my God, I love the finale. I thought it was great. I thought it was a great way to wrap the story, even though the finale was kind of the beginning of season 2. But you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
that was perfect. And then Danny being the brick. Let's move on. Let's talk about season 2. Let's get into it. Just because we're already there anyway. We're already talking about it.
Oh, we did talk about Rita.
Oh yeah, I mean, but Rita doesn't really have much of a role to play in season. She doesn't really have much of a role to play.
No, she doesn't do anything in season 1, really.
Yeah, I mean, she's just trying to develop her powers. But I'm guessing did you like that?
Well, she didn't start developing until season 2, no?
She came to terms with herself in season 1.
That's right. That's right.
I can do this. I can be this person.
That's right.
Did you
That's
like
right.
that arc? I was kind of focused on Larry, bro. Like,
Yeah. Mine goes Larry, and then if it's someone else, I'm just like, oh, okay. Larry or Danny, man. Either one. I do like Cyborg a lot, though. I like his
you
character.
like him? Yeah.
Yeah. Especially in the later season, like season 2, which we'll talk about now.
Yeah, and the whole, Cliff Clara stuff you thought was okay because I'm guessing you don't like the character, but I really liked a lot of that. I feel like a lot of times, sometimes they rush the moments with Cliff.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, I want a little more time to breathe with Cliff.
Yeah.
And what he's going through. But I mean, other than that, I like what they're doing with this story. I think it's interesting. But let's get into season 2. How did you feel about season 2 overall?
Season 2, I think, is the best season in the series. I think it's short and sweet. I think it's beautiful. I think it's a great season. Genuinely, I think it is the best season in the series. I think it goes. 1 is a great state-out plot. 2 is a little better, and then 3 is like right here-ish.
Same as 1?
A little under 1.
Really?
Mm-hmm. 3 was a little sluggish, but season 2, I thought the pacing was good. I thought the villain was good. I thought the introduction of the child and everything was good. Or the child subplot, I should say.
I'm going to disagree with you entirely.
Damn.
I think season 2 is by far the worst season. Not to say it's bad. I still enjoyed season 2. But I just didn't think it was nearly as good as the first season or the third. Not even close. Yeah, no. The effects are a little bit better. Like I said, they got the HBO Max upgrade. But yeah, and I think the crux of the issue for me is I kind of hate Dorothy. I just think it's not very good. Like I like, in my opinion, like I just didn't like the story they told with Dorothy, and I didn't think she was very heartwarming or enjoyable as a character. And so there was no real connection with her throughout the whole season. In fact, I was tempted, and the only reason I didn't is because I was watching it for the show. I was tempted to just fast forward through some of her scenes.
Seriously?
I really don't like what they're choosing to do with it.
I don't understand how you can.
I just feel
not like Dorothy, but like.
In my opinion, I just felt like what they did with the character was pretty one note. She's either crying and putting her hands over her face, or she's like enjoying herself beyond a bit. Like it was just like one or the other, and it just wasn't very engaging for me. But what did you think about the Dorothy storyline?
Well, I mean, give her some credit, man. She's got she's probably 11 years old, and also has a shit ton of prosthetics on her face.
No, it's not the acting. It's not the acting. I'm saying like the story and the direction they're going with her wasn't for me. Not her acting. I'm not saying the actress did a shitty job. I'm saying what they're doing with
You just
her.
didn't like the story?
I wasn't engaged. I didn't think it was very interesting.
That's weird, bro.
I thought it was kind of lame, honestly. Like I was like, like
You didn't think her powers were cool or anything?
I thought at first, in the first episode when they're introduced, and then Cliff turns around and he's like, "What the fuck?" And he like swerves the car and like because the candle thing that is behind her with the girl with no eyes. At first, I was like, "Holy shit, this is gonna be like scary and really interesting." And then as the season went on, I was like, "Oh, this isn't scary at all, and it's kind of lame." Like I don't know, it wasn't
scary as shit. Are you kidding me?
Nah, not really.
That candle motherfucker's scary as hell, bro.
Nah, bro. Come on. No, it's a big CGI monster, bro. And it's not even like a.
Yeah, but motherfucker's scary. The effects that they do with the candles.
There's nothing
like
engaging.
When he kills people. Come on, man. You're whack for this, bro. You're whack.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh,
I enjoyed.
You liked the Dorothy storyline?
I like the Dorothy storyline. This season made me hate Niles. Like completely. Niles is a piece of shit person, dude. He's a dog shit human. Like literally such a bad person.
Bro, when he shoves Cliff out into space.
Bro, I don't even like Cliff, and I was like, dude.
Come on, that scene between Cliff and his daughter though is actually pretty good. Not Cliff, Cliff and Niles' daughter. Cliff and Dorothy on the moon.
Yeah, on the moon. Yeah.
That was actually a pretty good scene. Would you say?
Yeah, I agree.
But really, you didn't like Niles. What was it about him that you just didn't like? Was you just like pure evil or what? You don't think you do the same thing for your kid?
I don't think you. How can you ask me that question? You would ruin the lives of multiple people just to ensure your daughter doesn't get a cold? Like,
that's not what happened. He was trying to.
I know. That's not what happened. But that's theoretically he wanted to be there when she died. Like, bro.
He was trying to take care of her. She was still a child, bro.
So you ruined the lives of 7 other people?
I'm not saying it was morally right, but I'm saying it didn't bother me that he did it because I was like, well, I mean, I would do the same thing if I was like, if it was my kid.
You would do the same thing.
No, maybe not, but I'm saying like
You would do that to Larry, bro? You would do that to Larry?
No, he's wrong for doing that to Larry, dog. Larry has it so bad, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Larry just lives the worst life, I swear to God.
All of these motherfuckers do just because of Niles. How are you defending this character right now?
But bro, come on. But what I will say is, yes, Niles is evil, but I love that he was the bad guy. Like I thought that was really fun because I was like, I like that the whole team hates him. Like that was really funny to me. Like that everybody's just like, "Fuck you." And then that one scene where he's like trying to convince Cliff to like get the continuum or whatever it is, and then
he's like, "So you don't want me?"
So he's like, "You don't want me to do it? I'm doing it." Yeah, I like the whole continuum scene where he like.
No, yeah, I think this one had the best episodes. Like this season, that's why I think it's my favorite season. I think the episodes are the best. With the first one starting off with they're super small. I mean, I thought that was a really interesting idea. And then you got the time continuum episode. You've got the one where they party to bring back what's their name? Danny.
Mm-hmm.
The one where you bring back Danny, you got this face, and then you finish it off with that beautiful fucking candy and that funny shit where they're all facing their imaginary friends and Clint's and Jesus.
No, bro, that shit was so good when he's fighting Jesus. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I will admit, I agree. The finale where they all have to fight their
imaginary
friends. That was really clever. I really liked that. But I just didn't like what they were doing with Dorothy, man. I thought it was a little goofy. It was just a little lame.
There's one scene that I thought was really weird in this season, and that's the period scene. I didn't like the period scene at all. I thought that was really weird.
Period scene?
With Dorothy, and she gets her period in the convenience store.
Was that real? I thought she was just crying because of the lady.
No, she got her period.
She actually got her period? Because I couldn't tell if she was actually had her period or if she was...
She was in the stall and panned down to her underwear, and they were like,
yeah, no, but I thought she was just taking a piss, maybe. But I guess maybe that makes sense that she did. I didn't think it was awkward. I was just well, because she went to the bathroom. That was the one scene I crying before she went to the...
We didn't talk about Flex. I love...
yeah, no, I thought Flex was... What did you want to say about her?
Her?
Oh, Flex. You're talking. Flick is the name of one of Jane's personalities, and that's the teleport one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You're talking about Flex, as in like
Flex Mentello.
and the I flexed the wrong muscle thing.
Yeah, yeah.
No, the Sexman episode is by far and away the best episode in season 2.
Really?
God, it's so fucking funny, dude. And I'm just dying. Like they're holding like vibrators as they like.
We're fucking coming, man.
I flexed the wrong muscle. Yeah, no, that shit. And I fucking Sexman, dude. Come on. And where Jane grabs the baby and then just rams it back up. Bro,
It's so fucking. This show has like the best like people with superpowers like that I've seen in a TV show. Like it's got like the heroes like that have the most interesting powers. I feel like.
Well, it's because it's designed that way. Like they're so fucking weird. Like all of them. And the show is just like, fuck it, let's just embrace the weirdness and then but also have these really like human moments. Like fucking Larry, bro. Him and his son.
Oh my god, Larry who is that actor, bro? He's so good.
I think it's Matt Bomer.
Oh my gosh, he's so good, bro. That scene with his son and he just oh my god, and
yeah,
they call cops on him.
So fucking good in this show, dude. And
oh my gosh.
God, no. And when he's
oh my god, in season bro, I can't.
we'll talk about it in a second. But Jesus Christ, I just love this season. I think I wrote it down here. Maybe let me make sure it wasn't season 3. The hug between him and Rita. And this is when I started really caring about their relationship, is Rita and Larry. When he's like walking away and he's like, thank you, Rita, I appreciate it. And then like he walks away and then Rita's just like about to close. And then he turns around and hugs her, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
bro.
just like, oh my God, bro.
Oh, Larry kills this show, bro. He makes the show.
Good. Oh, God. And you know what? You said you liked Baby Doll. So how did you feel about her death?
I think that was like that's where I disagree with you with the underground thing. I think that underground subplot was really, really good. Like how it was not what's her name? Abigail? Madison? What's her name?
Kay.
No, not Kay. The one who Miranda.
Miranda.
The whole thing with Miranda, and then it wasn't actually Miranda. It was just kind of like this mystery of like what the fuck is going on, kind of feel to it. I thought it was really good.
I just think the problem with it is I think it just goes on so long. Like I'm like, oh my God.
Well, Jane's a fucked up person. Like
I know she's messed up, but I'm like, bro, like we've been dealing with the underground issues for 3 seasons. I just think it goes on for like so long. Like I'm like, bro, like we're in season 3 and she's still struggling with this underground shit.
Doggy, you try having 64 personalities and trying to battle them all.
I'm like, bro. Come on, man. It's just hard for me. Like I feel like I invested like the first time around and then it just kept going and I was like, oh my God, like I can't stay invested in this if it's like a similar story over and over again. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
like you really believe that Kay's gonna come out on top? Like that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, I feel like I know Jane's gonna win. You know what I'm saying? And like all the personalities are gonna be there. Like,
yeah, but that's just because Jane is the main character, quote unquote.
I know, but I'm like, I wish they would just kill her. Not like actually kill her, but like kill Jane in the head, so that way Kay could just be the girl and then have multiple personalities or something. Like, I don't know. Like,
You like Kay over Jane?
I'm indifferent. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't want to be indifferent, but I am. Like I don't know. I was kind of upset when Cliff missed the wedding. How did you feel about that?
I don't really care about Cliff, man.
I know, but I'm like, why was the team pressuring him to like help save the world? You know, it just felt weird to me. Like I was like, oh, I don't understand why the team is like, oh, we have to go stop.
Well, they needed him.
Did they though? Because what did he do in that final battle besides die?
Well, still, if there's like saving the world's a bigger priority than your daughter's wedding. You know what I mean?
I was just like, bro, like I feel like this is the character moment we needed. But I get it. Like they were setting up him like just being
bro, but when Larry hits him with the and what are we like, bro, come on, bro.
What do you mean? Oh, when he said when family.
Cliff is like,
I have
she's
to
my
be there for
fucking
my
family. And what are we? Said, oh, I'm telling you, Larry kills it, man. Larry's such a good
Larry's
actor.
so good, dude. And I love the way he walks, like how he's like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's like
Yeah, yeah.
fucking love
Killer,
Larry,
man.
dude. He's
Killer.
so good. Like, oh my god, he's so good. Um, I yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just didn't like the Dorothy storyline. I like pretty much everything else in season two. Um, and yeah, and I like the wizard dude a lot. What's his name? Wimbledon?
Wimbledon. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
Wimbledon. I
I
also
think
like
he was
the
great.
I also like the Beard Hunter, but they never really brought him back for anything.
Except for that one scene in the painting.
Yeah.
Oh, he's doing. God, that fucking Mr. Nobody joke's so funny, but what we've already talked about it.
Yeah.
uh, shit. But yeah, no, it's just it's great. It's yeah, it was hit or miss. That was
Yeah.
two contradictory statements, but you know what I'm trying to say. I just feel like this. I don't know. Did it bother you that Larry's son ordered the hit on him?
It was understandable, but of course it bothered me, bro. Larry looked so happy for a minute, man.
And then it's
He's got the guns pointed everywhere, and he was like, "What's going on?"
yeah. Bro, I was like,
And then he gets
no.
his grandson intentionally shot.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Negative spirit release. I just love the whole negative spirit thing. Okay.
So yeah,
Let's do it. Let's move into season 3. What did you feel about the newest season of Doom Patrol? How did you feel about it? Did you like it?
like I said with the chart, I think it is the worst of all the seasons. I'm not saying that it's not good. I do think it is like good. I think everything in the show is consistently good. There were some really good Larry moments. There were some really, really good Rita moments, surprisingly.
Yeah, they turned me around on Rita with this season. Like I was getting more warmed up to her in season 2, but this season especially, I was like, oh, I kind of fuck with Rita.
Agreed. And the cyborg thing was that did that begin in season 2?
No, it
Cyborg and the
was
girl.
mainly in this season when he was
Yeah,
undead and shit.
yeah. I thought the cyborg stuff was really, really good.
Hmm.
I just thought it was just lackluster overall.
Just a kind of a slodge or what?
Yeah, just a little bit for me. I think so. How about you?
I think this is by far and away the best season.
Okay.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. We have very different opinions on this. No, I thought this season was utterly fantastic, and I think the effects have like upgraded to like good enough for the show. Like I thought the effects were better this season overall. Did you not?
I thought the effects were better. That thing with the baby near the end, that was a little
Yeah,
bad
but that was
CGI.
supposed to look kind of goofy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And it was like
Okay.
it was made to be laughed at. Like I was laughing as they were like beating the shit out of this like baby,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
running around.
I guess
I don't
so.
know. And this is the season where I realized just how crazy. I hate using the term crazy because it's an actual medical illness, but I'm talking about in the terms of the show. Jane is bonkers. Like,
Yeah. She's not mentally stable. Say
yeah,
that instead of
no,
crazy.
she's not mentally stable at
She's
all.
very mentally unstable.
And I thought the only part of the show of this season where I was like, I thought the wind showdown thing with Jane and the plane.
Oh,
I was like, this is kind of a little lame in my
I
opinion.
actually will. I'll agree with you on that.
Just the way it was executed, I was like,
Yeah.
I feel like there was a better way to have this fight off between her and Miranda.
Yeah. I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
It's not Miranda. It's her fears and her doubts.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just like it. But yeah, I love this season. I think a big part of it is I found the time traveling stuff super interesting. Like I was just trying to figure out like how Rita saw Rita. Like
Yeah.
as she was like going back in time, I was like, okay, so is this the shapeshifter girl that pushed her back into it, or is this like
Rita from a different.
Rita from a different thing? And the Sisterhood of Dada, not really that interesting.
Yeah.
Like if I were to say there's one part of it that I didn't like, but I love the way it ended. Like how did you feel about the way it ended where like she bombards them with the guards and stuff? Did you think that paid off?
Um, I don't know, man. Like I said, I feel like the big part of it was the storyline for me. Like throughout this season, it was just like the story was like kind of whack to me. But I guess it paid off. I wasn't like oh, that was
Yeah.
so cool. But I mean, it was cool, like the time travel stuff and everything.
Did you just think the
Um,
villain, like, what is it, Madame Rouge? Did you just not think she was very engaging?
I don't know. I thought I was just like kind of, yeah, I guess so. The season just felt very blah to me, especially compared to, I really like season two. So I think going off of the season two high into season three, and uh, I don't know, it just wasn't the same, I guess. There's no Danny in the season, that's why I didn't like it.
Yeah. There, Danny was in the season
Oh my gosh, for one part where he
at the guy
delivered the
at the
people.
car.
Yeah,
So okay, so let's get into individual characters. So Jane has this whole arc where basically Kay is coming out now, and she's trying to figure out how this is going to work in the underground, and like how Kay, and like eventually it gets to the point where we kind of realize that Kay has to take over, or Jane, like something has to happen, and then Kay seemingly has powers, I guess is what they're getting at with this, with the yelling
the
thing.
Echo thing, yeah.
Yeah. How did you feel about Jane and slash Kay's storyline throughout the
So
season?
Kay is the original, right?
Yes, Kay is the young
Kay is the
lady who,
first.
for lack of a better term, was assaulted by her father.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's Kay. She was the original one, and then she created these multiple personalities as a defense
right.
mechanism. Yeah.
Yep. What's Jane's personality? Like just rebellious, I guess? I don't know.
She's just a primary like Miranda. Like she's just a
Yeah.
pigment that's there to just harbor all of them.
So, I thought it was good. I thought it was. I think I like the Jane like underground system in season two more with all that mystery aspect.
Hmm.
But this one was still like enjoyable. Like I didn't hate watching it. Like it wasn't like a trudge to get through. I thought Jane was one of the better characters in the season. Um, but yeah, it was fine.
Yeah.
Nothing,
Did you
nothing to
think
die for.
Did you think the ending of it with her like well, I just feel how did you feel about like the subconscious moment between her and Jane? Like are you morally puzzled at all? Do you think Jane should step aside and let Kay pass, or do you think it's like a
I think that Jane now is more suited to rock with it than Kay is. Because I feel like Kay still has a
she's still a child?
semi-child. Yeah, it
Yeah.
still has a childish mindset.
Well, because she is a
And
kid.
was yeah,
I mean, this is how like weird this is. Like we're talking about a construct inside of a construct inside of like a yeah.
yeah,
Like neither of these are real people.
yeah.
But yeah, no, it's yeah. Now, how did you feel about moving forward? How did you feel about the little that Dorothy was in it and the Niles part where he kind of like sacrifices his brains and all that, like, and he like tries to get redemption with Cliff and stuff? How did you feel about that stuff?
It was fine. Firstly, I did like that episode where it's with the ghost hunters and those three kids come along. I thought that was
Yeah,
a pretty solid episode, actually.
I
And
thought the weird disfigured face guy, I thought that was Niles.
oh, did you?
Yeah, because I was like, oh, Niles is dead. This is him down here, and they because he like maybe got in some like
Oh, that
scarring
makes
attack
sense.
and he was saving her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come to find
Um,
out, it's Martin or whatever his name is.
yeah.
Yeah,
No, I thought those kids were great. I think that I
Malcolm.
wonder why they got rid of Dorothy. I guess just because they didn't want to deal with her. Maybe her powers are a little too OP
Maybe it
for.
was a scheduling conflict. Either way, I was kind of grateful because, like I said, I didn't really like her, so I was like,
Yeah,
oh, thank God, like we're getting rid of her. But what I will say is I thought she was better in this season. Like the two episodes that she was in, I
agreed.
was
Her
like,
acting looked a little better, didn't it?
no, it's not. God, will you stop saying it's about the acting, please? It is
Her
not about the.
character, her
It was not
character.
about the acting for me. So what they did with her, like you're trying to frame me as like, fuck this actress, like, fuck her, like
What? I'm not doing that.
this
That's what you sound like,
11-year-old
bro.
can't
That's what
act
you
for
sound like,
shit.
dude. I'm repeating what you said.
I'm not repeating what she said. Like you're like, no, Dylan thinks her act like this actress is bottom of the barrel, straight. Like, like, bro, it's not the acting. I just didn't think her story was very engaging in season two. But I like what they did with her in season three. I was like, I'm kind of interested in this actually.
Yeah.
But I am kind of glad that she went her own way. So, yeah. But did you like that as well?
Yeah, I thought that for whatever reason they parted with her, it was a good like her going off with the ghost hunters or whatever the fuck they are.
Hmm.
I thought it was a good parting system. You know, she'll go
She'll
learn
definitely be
figure
back
her
too.
shit. Yeah, no, most definitely.
Yeah. Did you like I said, like you said, you didn't really talk much about it. Niles like sacrificing himself. How did you feel about that?
It was fine, whatever. I don't give a shit about Niles. I was sad that they brought him back. I genuinely hate Niles as a
He
person.
dies in the first episode of the season, and I was like, man, did he have a scheduling conflict or something? Because like they unceremoniously killed him. Like season 2 ends with him going no, and then
Yeah,
like we get into season 3 and he's just lying there on the floor.
yeah. No, I genuinely did. Like, anytime that Niles is on, I'm like, I don't give a shit about you.
But bro, come on, that joke where he's like watching the sex ghost like go at it, and then he's like, "Oh, what the hell?" And he like starts to unbutton his shirt, and then he gets faded away and goes, "What the fuck?" Bro, I thought that was so funny. I was just cackling. You didn't think that was
Dude,
funny, bro?
stupid. I don't like Niles, bro.
Oh my god, bro. Oh my god. You're capping, bro. You're capping. Okay, whatever. You don't like now. It's fine.
A terrible person.
Larry's stuff in this season. He essentially starts out in
So
space.
beautiful, bro. So
He's with
beautiful.
Rita and stuff, and he's in space, and then he goes to space and comes back. And he has that like scene after he gets done with the sisterhood
Mhm.
with his son, which was so good. But I gotta keep going. Well, and then he eventually becomes, basically a surrogate mother, and then eventually accepts his fate and becomes one with the thing. Did you enjoy? Let's start with the beginning of it. How did you feel about the space scenes and stuff like
God,
that?
that space scene was so good, dude. That was like the best CG moment in the entire show right there. That was beautiful. What the fuck, bro?
They spent their
And
whole
then it
budget
showed
on
him
that. I swear.
like the one scene where he's flying off and like the things are coming up and it shows his like natural face. Oh my god, bro, come on.
Oh my god. I thought it was so good.
Um,
What did you think was going on with that? Because I was like, oh, why did the adult one leave him like alone with like this weird tumor thing? He like became a mother.
well, because I'm sure that the adult thing had like family and shit that I had to go back to or something. But he still like I'm sure the thing still had something he wanted to leave with Larry because obviously he cared for Larry,
So
so
he
he
gave
left
him
him
like. But do you
Doomer.
think they're like? I was kept thinking. I was like, maybe they're making Larry maybe that's a parasite that like has to grow in something, and so he like planted another one in
And
Larry,
the
to, like let him grow.
just completely evil.
Yeah, yeah, like it's really just naturally evil.
No, I don't think it is that. I think it's just because I think what it did at first is the what negative shadow. That's what it is,
Negative
right?
spirit.
Negative spirit. I think first tried to bond with him and get with him as a lover, like as a gay lover kind of thing, and then he
Really?
realized his connection with his kids is a lot stronger. So he then became he
Gave
gave
him
him
a,
like
a kid.
gave him a surrogate child, and then that's why his connection to it. That's why he can be able to fuse and fly because it's like a kid for him.
That's really interesting. That actually makes kind of a little bit of sense. Did you like speaking of Larry's kids, how did you feel about like the scene with his son? Where like
Bro,
his
no.
son, we find out his son is like part of the agency.
Yeah. Oh
Oh,
my gosh, bro. Come on. Boy can't get nothing right.
I know. When he's like, no, fuck you. Like what I did was hard and like it's just like, oh God, bro. Larry's so good.
He's so good, dude. He's so good.
And
Most
we
interesting character in the series by far.
we gotta talk about this scene with his subconscious dog. Where he's talking to his subconscious and he's like you gotta start loving you like
Yeah.
oh my god, bro. I was sitting there like I was just genuinely like chills and like I was almost like crying. I was like, oh my god, like it's just
Such a
so
good fucking
fucking good.
scene. Yeah. He just
So
has the
good.
best fucking scenes, dude. Like
And the
Larry's a
actor, like
menace.
he's got like tears in his eyes as he's like telling
Oh
him like
my gosh.
I have to relive the worst moment of your life every day. Like, oh my god, bro. So good.
Come on. Unstoppable.
Oh my god. And I'd be remiss. I want to talk about real quick before we get into like Rita's storyline deep dive. Oh, we'll do Cliff first and then Rita, because Rita's kind of central, like part of the villains. The scene where they're in the lodge and they're dancing to Forever Young. I don't know why, bro.
Oh yeah.
But this is one of the most spectacular moments I've ever seen. Like, it's so like human.
It's that song, bro. It's that song.
That song
makes perfect scenes every time. Because then there's I don't know if you remember this. There's an episode of Regular Show where Skips dances with his love, like the reason.
I remember that. I remember that. Yeah.
And it plays that song in the background. It's like the best show in cinema, like in cartoon history ever, bro. That song makes shit happen.
No, and you like they fucking flash to Kay like dancing inside of Jane, and then like Jane's like dancing, like doing the same movements and shit. And
come on, bro.
And they all just like had a fight, and they're getting back together and like dancing to Forever. Oh my god, dude! Like, why is it so good? I don't know. And maybe, of course, that's like a white anthem, so maybe it's just like my inner white person being like, "Oh my god, that scene was so good."
Everybody loves that song, bro. That song transverses against all races, bro.
It's just
it's so fucking good. Yeah.
Oh man, I fucking love
it.
Let us die young, but let us live forever.
It's good as fuck, bro.
It's so good, dude. I just fucking, it was like so special. I was like, oh my god, like I can't believe this. And then of course it gets interrupted by that red guy who just never shows up again.
That's all right. Well, like they have little one-shot villains. Oh, we forgot to mention this. One of my favorite parts about season 1 was in the background, the Velociraptor grass dirt guy. Do you know who I'm talking about? The vegetation Velociraptor guy. Do you remember in the first season when they go to Germany?
Yeah. That's like eating himself.
Yeah, and then like it's just like in the background throughout everything. You like learn like a little more about his story. It's so fucking funny. It was like the funniest part of season 1.
It's so weird. Like, why was he in the show? I don't know. But it was funny. I wanted to mention real quick. I know we just got off of it, but I want to go back on it real quick. The red guy. Did you notice that it's Mary or is it Pippin? It's one of the hobbits.
Is it really?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Yeah, go back. I noticed it while watching. I was like, is that fucking him? And then I looked it up and I'm like, yeah, it is.
That's so weird.
Yeah, it's Pippin. It's Pippin.
Oh, and oh, we're not on Cliff yet. Never mind.
Yeah. Well, we are now. Let's talk about Cliff. How did you feel about Cliff's storyline basically with his daughter, and then turns out he has Parkinson's.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool, like how he's still a robot, but Parkinson's is a brain disease, so it would fuck him up in the brain and shit. I thought that was a really cool way to do that. It's only probably one of the coolest things about Cliff, in my opinion.
Did you like that he was like fucking up his life again or whatever?
Bro, it's Cliff. Like, that's what he does. Like,
well, I thought it was. No. Go ahead.
I thought the beautiful moments with Claire, like him fucking it up and him like having to apologize everything up and him fucking spending all of his money on the fucking cam
like
girl
webcam
and shit
girl,
like that. Yeah. I don't like him as a character, but I will say that Brendan Fraser does do perfect choices with his character. Like every time Cliff did something, I was like, that's very Cliff.
With his subconscious, when he's talking to his subconscious and he's like not necessarily the scene with himself, because like that was just them being angry at each other, because that's like what Cliff's gonna do. But the scene with like his subconscious and the other ones where he's like, I was having sex and doing blow with while Clara was just sitting in the back of the car because like it made me feel good and parenting didn't. Like, I was like, damn, bro. I was like, God damn it. Brendan Fraser brought up the acting chops when he's talking and he's like, I'm still a fuck. And he started crying, like, out of nowhere. I was like, oh, my God, bro. Like, that subconscious episode is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
But did you have anything else you want to add about Cliff's arc?
My one problem with Cliff is that he's big and loud. And by the end of the season, they made him bigger and louder.
They really did. They really put him into a big-ass fucking
big-ass robot.
I thought it was kind of funny, though.
It's fine. It's
whatever. No, you didn't think it was funny?
It's funny. I guess.
Why did
Brain's
it
motivation is cool.
self-destruct? I was like, is it gonna blow up? Because they were like, we pulled the self-destruct lever, and I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah, maybe he stopped it. I mean, he controls it, I
yeah,
guess.
I guess maybe. Uh, Parkinson's. That was really clever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really clever
And
choice by Donna, I think her name is, or whatever.
yeah, Donna.
The director? It used to be Riley
It's a
something.
writer, dude.
Whatever.
TV shows are writers. Movies are usually directors.
When?
I said TV shows. Typically,
When
the
did I
writer.
ask?
Great. Um, okay. How did you feel about Cyborg's storyline? The whole thing where he like reveals that it's his dad, like, and his dad didn't make him a human when he could have, and
Oh my gosh, and that scene with his mom, bro.
he froze.
I know you didn't just make that face, bro. There's no way. That scene with his mom is so good.
He's all right. It's okay.
That scene with his mom is good. This is a good cyborg arc, man. Whole thing turning
it's
zombie, and then
interesting.
it's just. Bro, you like stupid characters.
I love Larry, bro.
You can't not love Larry. Like, that's universal.
It's interesting. It's interesting. It's interesting because I'm like, well, this is different because we've never really seen Cyborg, or at least I personally haven't seen Cyborg be like, oh, I want to go back to being human. And
Yeah.
but I do think his whole relationship with the girl is a little half-baked.
Oh, really? Yeah, because I thought it was really good, and then the whole thing returned, and then like they're kind of like,
Where she becomes a bad guy, kind of.
I guess it literally is like Cyborg and Jinx, like Jinx
Yeah.
from the original Teen Titans.
Yeah, yeah.
I never thought about. I don't know why I never made that connection. But yeah, it's fine. It's cute, but I kind of like their relationship, and I was kind of sad they threw it away like that. Well, they didn't really throw it away, but you know what I mean.
They were just like, let's do something different. I don't really know. I was just like, okay. I was never really invested in them anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not
I was
really.
kind of invested.
Okay, well, I
like them.
I just didn't think it was very interesting. I don't know why, but I just didn't. But also, I do think it's interesting him being a human. Go ahead.
Yeah, whoever played Silas is really good. Also,
yeah,
the actor for Silas is good. Yeah, that was some good dad moments they brought out there.
Yeah,
and it is interesting they made him human, but now he's fucking useless.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like,
are they gonna give him something else to do? Because he's useless right now.
He has to reverse it, right? Like,
yeah.
Maybe the actor was like, I'm tired of all this fucking cosmetics.
Tired of wearing this big ass vest.
Oh, you know what?
That one scene where he holds up the mirror right there, and I always love shots like that.
Yeah, that was cool. That was cool. I'll give you that. But you know what though? I kind of thought, you think I feel like his other eye should be able to move. Am I crazy for thinking that?
I kind of get that because there's some shots where they get him like this and like the eyes looking straight that way. And I do
Or he's like turning his eye, he's like looking over there, and the eye's just like this, and he's like,
yeah.
He's like it's weird.
Whoa, you're actually pretty good at that.
Yeah.
One eye open when I'm sleeping. One eye.
But yeah, no. It's just yeah. But moving into, let's talk about Rita and her kind of villain arc with the Brotherhood of Evil.
Good arc from season 1 all the way to season 2, like and through season 3. But good arc on Rita.
I did enjoy like her going back in time, and I was very intrigued by like how it was going to work.
Yeah.
I don't know if the inclusion of the Brotherhood of Evil was the right choice.
You don't like it?
I didn't not like it. I wasn't like, oh, I don't like this, but it just kind of felt like they were a little underwhelming, and I don't know if they were supposed to be. Does that make sense? Like they just were.
Yeah.
Like with, the gorilla's still out there, and
Sergeant Banana.
Yeah. It was just like I don't know. But Rita's arc, I thought it was very engaging because I like how she like lets go of all of her burdens and then like learns to become a new person or whatever.
Yeah. And
like,
that scene where they're dancing, and then like the one right after where she starts melting and they start dancing again. It's a good scene. No, you didn't like it?
I didn't like the Piffle Paffle scene. I that's the one scene that I was like, this feels kind of forced.
It was a little forced, but I liked it.
Piffle Paffle. I was like, maybe that's a little bit too much. I don't know. It just felt weird to me. Maybe that's just me. But but yeah. Other than that, yeah. How did you feel about Madame Rouge overall? Her whole
overall, she was all right. I thought she was a good villain. The whole twist where she was like the one who turned him in, and then that's the reason Rita's coming after her now. Also, that scene, Rita cold with the fucking pouring the teapot on his brain.
Yeah. Oh, also, I fucking love the scene where like they're reenacting it, and Jane's is this a fucking reenactment? And like she's like, what a weapon? Like, yeah, that was cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Did you like that she's a part of the crew now, like a part of the main group?
Yeah. I mean, I thought Rita was always like strong, just not really just doing anything with it. That was like my number one problem with Rita is she has like a good strong ability. But she's basically Plastic Man.
But the thing with it, she's Elastigirl.
Yeah.
Elastigirl. But we forgot to mention her whole like going big as a human thing. I thought that was pretty tight.
Yeah, that was solid. And then the callback was the callback. She was like, "I want to go home," and he was like, "We can do that." Like, come on.
Yeah. That was
the callback to season 1.
Yeah. Man. That was cool. Yeah, I like that. I have no idea what you're talking about, but I like that.
What?
What do you mean callback to season 1? What are you talking about?
In season 1, when they all go to the town, Rita loses control and she turns into a big blob monster. Then Cliff lifts up the thing and she comes over and she's like, "I want to go home." And Cliff says, "We can do that."
Oh, and she says it to Cliff. I didn't even know.
And she says it to Cliff. Like, bro, how did you not get that? That was like the biggest callback. It shows like the power shift because Cliff was now out of control and Rita is in somewhat full control of her powers now, and it switched. Come on, bro.
I don't think that's a connection. I think that's just a coincidence.
Bro, come on.
I really thought the time traveler.
What the fuck?
I didn't get it. I don't know. I just didn't pick up on it. I really liked Rita's arc, and I think Madame Rouge, she was okay. I'm very interested to see how she's used as in a part of the team. Maybe they kill Cyborg since he's virtually useless now, and then she just becomes.
I'm not gonna kill him though. He's a part of the Justice League.
Maybe that's what happens. Then he just goes to be a part of the Justice League
as a human.
Do you think we're gonna see him in Titans?
The Cyborg?
Yeah.
Not now.
No, he doesn't really feel like part of that world anyway.
And also, he's a human.
Yeah, that's true. But he's gonna get his powers back. Let's be honest.
I don't think he is. I think
they're just gonna make him
like bland ass cyborg. Victor, sorry, he's not even cyborg anymore.
If you had to pick a favorite part of season 3, what do you think you would pick?
Favorite part? Honestly, that callback was really nice. I said these already. That scene, the first scene with him flying away and going into space and letting go is really, really good. Larry, I mean, that one episode with the Ghost Adventures, I think, is a really solid episode overall.
Ghost Adventures? That's from season 2, bro.
Is that season 2?
Oh, no. You're talking about, I keep thinking when you say Ghost Adventures, like
the sex ghost thing?
X-Men, yeah. But you're talking about the dudes and the girls.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then the final scene where she gets big, like, I think it's like proud, solid moment. How about you?
Easily Larry, and the scene where he's talking to himself, bro, or the Forever Young thing. Both of those, absolutely untouchable. Just fantastic like moments. I think the show does really well is when it's because the show is so goofy. We have butts running around with like teeth on them.
But yeah.
The entire cast becomes zombies. By the way, that episode is fucking hilarious. Like where they're just like brains or whatever. And then, that whole episode's fantastic. And it's just so weird. Like the show is just so fucking out there. But it still manages to have these like really like centered human moments. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like they're so, the show is weird, but it never isn't about the characters. Like,
right.
It's never not about like how this is making the characters feel.
Yeah.
And like nowhere is that better done than in Larry, of course. But I think it's in Cliff, it's in Rita, it's like in Jane, and it's Cyborg a little bit, but
He's Victor now.
but I just love how wacky it is, but it also is just so human. It's just so interesting to me. Like so,
Yeah.
when they take those moments like for Forever Young scene or with Larry talking to his subconscious and him being like, this was the worst day of my life because this is when I surrendered control and let the world decide what it was going to do for me. Like, oh my God, bro. Like, so good, dude. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, but moments like that. Let's talk about, what do you think? What's next? What's season 4? Because it has been renewed. It has been renewed for season 4.
Oh, has it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're going to keep Cliff big. I think they're gonna have to get him somehow. 'Cause that's a lot of budget. That's a lot of money to do this giant ass robot.
Even though I thought it was really funny when he picked up the time traveling machine and then like his hands down, and like I like that they have tape all over their forehead to remember like who they are when they travel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was really funny.
I think they're gonna have to get him back down. Cyborg probably is gonna come back. Regrettably, I don't know how they're gonna do it. But honestly, I don't know Doom Patrol at all, so I don't know like what villains they're gonna throw next.
Do you think? Yeah, well, I mean, it's the DC universe, so they could throw anything. You know, what do you think they're gonna pick up right where they left off with the nutsack thing, or do you think they're just gonna be like that was a footnote at the end of last season, we beat it and we moved on?
I think they really don't do that. They really just they continue it.
Yeah, I thought that was very funny when he was like, "Is that a massive scrotum?" This show is so weird, dude.
Yeah.
No, but yeah. So you think they're gonna pick up right where they left off?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I want.
What do you want, Dylan?
I know he's busy doing Harley Quinn, but I would really love Mr. Nobody to come back.
Nobody? I don't think he is.
He was so good. He was so good, dude. Like, if they brought him back, I would be so happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would be over the moon. Like, I would be so happy. I would.
And then reach assault.
Like, bro, like, you know, and I think we're just gonna keep getting more development on Rita's powers. Maybe they're calling themselves the Doom Force, but they're probably gonna come around to Doom Patrol. With Jane, I kind of want. I know this is kind of weird, but I really just want Kay to go away. I don't think Jane's going to surrender up to the lawyer. Do you?
I don't think so either. No.
I think that sit-down scene, the fact that we didn't see it happen means that, like, Jane's going to try and fuck her over or she's going to try and do something different. I just don't think that that's how it's going to, like, end for that.
Agreed. Yeah, I don't think so.
Did you get a new haircut? See the fade.
Yeah. It's my normal haircut. It's not a new haircut.
I know, but you turned your head and I was like, oh, he's got a cut. But anyway, Cyborg, yeah, I agree with you. He's gonna get his things back. I hope when he gets them back, they're improved. Like maybe it doesn't look like a vest anymore.
Maybe I don't know. You just want better prosthetics. You don't want like
I can't tell if I do though. That's what I'm saying is like sometimes it works so well and then sometimes
because when he's got like the sleeves down and he's got that little cut in the arm right there and it's like the silver
that looks cool as fuck.
That looks cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks good.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's just like it's so weird. I don't know.
That girl totally bounced on some robo dick, man. That's weird.
I might cut that out.
She did though, man.
Yo,
she did.
Okay, I was thinking about that though. I was like, how does that work? Because like, they never showed us his legs. So I'm like, are his legs metal or is he like?
Because Cliff has that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. I think Cliff will. I agree with you. He'll probably come back down to size. Maybe they'll upgrade him. Or do you think the Parkinson's will go away, or do you think next season he maybe dies?
I don't know. I don't think they'd kill Cliff. I think people like you. I think people like Cliff a lot. I think he's a fan favorite. If they kill Larry, I'm not watching the show anymore.
Yeah, bro. Larry is a death sentence for the show. Like,
yeah.
And I love that he has like powers now. Like he's actually flying and shit. Like,
yeah.
Oh my god, the whole bit with him being a mom, dude, was just so funny. Like I was just dying. Like he's like, no, he's just angry. He's just angry. And it's like torturing him. Like
dude, Larry's so cool, bro.
Shit. Weird attacks him, and he's like, "What are you gonna do, kids?" Like,
Bro.
fucking love Larry, dude. God, he's so good. But yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know where they're gonna go with Larry. I have no idea, because like that was kind of a 3-season arc that he just completed.
Yeah.
Maybe he like he'll probably reconcile with his family, or at least try to.
Yeah.
But other than that, like I really don't know what they're gonna. Maybe we'll just explore more now what he can do, or is it a they now? Because remember when the girl was talking about how she merged,
It was
she was
she,
like,
they,
it's
yeah.
a we, it's a
Yeah.
we now.
Oh,
So I don't
sure.
know.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. I don't know, but like I said, I think this season was the best one. You thought it was the worst one, but you still liked it.
That's not saying it's bad, though. Yeah, I did like the
Yeah.
season. That's just saying out of all the seasons, it's the worst one.
I think the show honestly stomps on Titans, and I like Titans, but I think
Agreed,
it's like
yeah.
not even close. Like this show, like especially, I think season 3 was so much better than Titan season 3. Like,
I give Titans a 6 out of 10. I give this show like a solid 8 out of 10.
yeah, no, season 3 I give an 8 easily
Yeah.
8. But yeah, no, I loved it. I can't wait to see what they do next season. I'm sure you'll be back to talk about it as long as you don't pass away. Please don't.
Mildly concussed.
But yeah, do you have anything else you want to say about season 3 of Doom Patrol?
I don't think so. If you like Titans, then definitely watch this show.
I would say if you
1000% watch this show.
you like TV or comic book movies in general, I would say if you like media, you should watch this show. Like I think the show's that good. Like it stands on its own.
I'll agree with that.
Like Titans, yeah, I would only recommend that if you like Titans and you like DC.
Yeah.
This show is good enough to be like, no, if you like it, you need to watch it. Like if you like TV and stuff like that, you should watch this show.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's fantastic. But where can people reach out and find you on social media?
Follow me on Instagram at BibboSwaggin76, Twitter at Aidan Strickland 76.
Okay. And is it Bilbo or Bibbo?
Bibbo. We have this conversation all the time.
And it's not 76. I think it's Bilbo Swaggin 69. I think you're wrong. Again.
We have this conversation every time.
And every time you're wrong. You always say 76. Whatever. I'll just put it at the end of the video. Whatever. You're never right, bro. And that will conclude our show. If you enjoyed this, please be sure to subscribe and leave a like. Add me on Instagram at Dylan Reviews. I do a little movie reviews there of more recent films that we don't talk about on this show. So if you'd like to check that out, you definitely can. We're all appreciative of you listening, and we hope to have you back in a couple of days when we talk about Ghostbusters Afterlife. I'm really, really excited to talk about that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.